Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 7'Scarlet. And that sounded so creepy. You know what it is? Is because seriously, like that when you open the game and you get to like the title screen, it's always 7'Scarlet. And it like whispers it, but it sounds kind of creepy. And like I was just in my head as I started. Anyway, we're back and we are in Sosuke's route. And why are we okay, that's weird. We're on a dot dot dot. All right, anyway. I don't remember what happened. I recorded it yesterday, but I don't remember what happened. Um, hmm. Weird. This is interesting. Anyway, we still haven't gotten to the point where we branch off for good or bad paths or anything, but dot dot dot. Okay, sure. After that, I find myself unable to relax even in my room, so I sit alone on the couch in the lobby. After what? I don't remember what fucking happened. Guys, I really don't remember what happened. Like, holy shit, where were we? I mean, I remember, like, we went to the thing. I don't remember what the scene exactly before this was. Was this when Mr. What's his face, Tsukiyomi or whatever, was like feeling us up and we were like, ah! Okay. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember. Holy shit. Guys, it's like Memento. It's like I have to go back and watch the prior part and be like, what happened? Anyway, I feel like I might run into Sosuke if I stay here. That thing Sosuke was talking about. I can't imagine how painful it is to lose your father like that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fucking dramatic and devastating. The poor thing. I feel very bad for him. Because, like, even though he hadn't talked to his father in a long time, that'd still be sad. You're like, oh, shit. You know, like, you haven't talked to your father in a long time. Unless you absolutely hate him because he's a horrible human being. You know what I mean? There's going to be something. You're going to feel bad about it. But also the fact that you're like, oh, quick, let's hide from all these people coming. And then you saw him. You saw him dead. Like, he saw him. He's like, oh, my God, he's dead. So, like, that's even worse. Like, holy shit. I don't know. Anyway, but I wonder if there's something I can do for him. Just hold him. Finding my brother is certainly important to me. Sosuke was kind enough to respect my feelings and walk around town with me. Maybe it's my turn now to help him out. Oh, hi, pretty. Well, welcome back. Is this where you've been? There won't be any guests coming and going at this time of day. I was worried about you. How was the wake? It was okay. It's been a while since I've seen my relatives, so catching up with everyone wore me out. He collapses onto the couch, exhausted, and undoes his collar button. He might have had a bit of alcohol. He looks so tired. I wanted to talk with him, but it looks like it'd be best to leave him alone for now. At least I was able to see him. I've got some barley tea here for you. I've just been holding it for like an hour, like I'm creepy. Well, I'm going to head up, I say, putting the glass in front of him. What, you're leaving already? He glances up at me, looking somewhat lonely and discontent. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, that's him. Oh, sorry. Forget that. You're probably tired too from working. You should get to bed. Why? Is there anything else I can get you? Isor could probably make you something sweet if you'd like. Sweets really hit the spot when you're tired, after all. No, that's not what I meant. Would you stay here a little longer? Like, how derpy can we be? Like, we should have been like, you probably want to, if you want to be alone, let me know. I'll leave. Like, or do you want me to stay? Like, what do you want? Like, ask him. You know what I mean? And God, he's forward and was like, would you stay here? He's like, oh, you're leaving already? Like, did you want me to stay? Because I'll stay. I just didn't want to encroach on your, like, personal space if you need personal space to be alone. But I'll be here. I'll hold your hand. I'll hug you. Make out with you a little. I mean, whatever you need. Spacey has mental issues when she plays these games. I swear to God. There's, anyway. What? I want you to stay with me. I'd like to talk a little too. Oh, it's a man who wants to talk when he has feelings. He's like a fucking unicorn. That would help me relax, I think. Oh, you don't have to act like you're listening or reply at all. You could just sit there and pretend that I'm talking to myself. Or would that be too boring? Oh God, anything you say is just, even though I get none of it, and we're all clueless, it's okay, I love you, you're pretty. No, I don't mind listening. You and Toa have to be my boyfriends, both of you. I'm taking both of you home with me. Thanks. Sosuke's being surprisingly open about his feelings. He's beginning to trust me, which makes me happy. I know, right? It makes me happy too when he's a cartoon. I sit down next to him on the couch. It's about my father. Sosuke takes a sip from his drink, then exhales loudly. It was 12 years ago. I think I was 12 at the time. It's something I can't forget, even after all this time. Okay, so he's even older than I, because like Toa's 20, so he's like 24. It was 12 years ago and he was 12 at the time. He's 24. So I think he said that in the beginning, but then he made a comment about something about 20 or I don't know, earlier there was some conversation we were having with him that just made me think like, oh, he's only 20? I thought he was older than that, but then now that I'm doing the math, I'm like, wait, I think I remember him saying that when he introduced himself in the beginning. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's something I can't forget, even after all this time. He fell silent for a moment, then takes a deep breath. I seriously wonder if maybe his dad was the one that helped us in the woods. Because it wasn't him, because we're like, Mister. Like, 12 years ago, what, we might have been like 7 or 8? Max? Like, we wouldn't have been thinking he's Mister when he's like 12 years old, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. He sighs again and begins his story. I loved my father. He was one of the leaders of this town. As a kid, I was proud of him. But a certain incident destroyed all that. I still can't forget it. It was so strange. That night, my father left the house alone. It wasn't a rare occurrence. My father left the house practically every night, especially in the summer, without saying a word to us. Oh, God. I was curious about where he went and what he did. It was nothing more than my inquisitiveness, really. So that night, during my childhood, I pretended to be asleep and waited for my father to leave the house. Oh, God, he was having an affair, wasn't he? When I saw him leave, I crawled out of bed and followed him by myself. I'm not sure exactly what time it was, but it was in the middle of the night. Kids shouldn't be out that late, so I was careful not to be seen. My father didn't realize I was following him. He probably never dreamed that I'd do such a thing. He met up with a group of people in an alley and stopped in front of a certain house. It was a small local restaurant. I wonder what it was called. The lights were all off inside. Oh, God. Is your father one of the weird, crazy, like, groupie, like what are they called? You know, the vigilante people. They're not the vigilante, the community vigilance, the vigilance committee or whatever. Is he part of that? And did he destroy, was that Isura's mother's restaurant? Oh my God, you didn't just destroy Isura's family's life, did you? You know, small local restaurant. I'm just tying shit together in my head. Come on. That's the way this game goes, right? It's going to somehow tie. He kicked down the door to the restaurant and stormed inside with his friends. I remember seeing my father drag a man out and take him deep into the mountains. I can still hear the man's painful cries. What? Why would your father do something like that? I wondered about that too. So I continued to follow him and tried to go into the mountains, but I got scared when my feet wouldn't move. My memory ends with the man disappearing into the darkness of the woods, so I'm not really sure what happened after that. I forget how Isura's father died, right? Like, he said he died when he was little, but like, he never said like, did he say like, my father just disappeared in the mountains or fell off the mountain? Because if he did, I'm just, holy fucking shit. I'm just worried now. I don't remember, guys. I don't remember how he said his father fucking died. Like, his father died when he was little, right? But like, guys. I'm really worried that Sosuke's dad threw Isura's dad off a cliff. Oh my God. That's so fucked up. I'm just going to go with that theory for now because this game is just, it's getting darker as it goes. Like, holy shit. And the way things pop out, like, you know what I mean? Like, we see this poster of Otto and he's coming in doing a concert and turns out to be Toa. Come on. Should have seen that one coming a mile away. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's something about this poster and the Yokune Panda. And then, oh, wait, Toa's the one who invented the Yokune Panda. And like, and then Isura's like, I don't know, my dad died when I was younger. And then now this is like, you know what? I should just know that all these motherfuckers just, holy shit. Holy fucking shit. That's all I have to say. I clearly remember what my father yelled at the man. My father said that he was going to exterminate him. Exterminate him? Those heartless words sent a shiver down my spine. Okay, see, now this is why Spacey. I'm looking at her right now. Okay, I'm looking at the thing. Spacey. Hey. Now you understand why you don't just tell people you should make up with your dad while you're here. There's a good reason why he's mad at his dad and didn't talk to him, and I think it's okay. Honey, I am so sorry that we told you to talk to your dad. We should never have done that because your dad is evil and you were right to leave. Pat him on head. Hug this motherfucker, would you? Just hold him tight and never let him go. Anyway, those heartless words sent a shiver down my spine. It's as if he had been talking about a rodent instead of a human being. It chills my heart. Right? And even for a rodent, you're like, I feel bad, but at the same time, get the fuck out of my apartment, asshole mouse. I feel like I even heard the man's death cry, but I don't quite remember. My father likely killed that man. Based on the circumstances, that's the only conclusion that can be reached. I mean, I think it doesn't have to, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. It doesn't take a doctor to figure that one out. What did you do? How were you and your father after that day? I got lost when I tried to return home. My father came looking for me. After that, I couldn't really talk to my father. He wouldn't have said a word about it anyway. My father murdered someone and he was never caught. He just continued to live his life as if nothing happened. And then you think about all the other people he might have murdered. I'm just saying he disappeared constantly in the summer. That injured my young heart. I'm sure it did. Oh, daddy issues. Oh. That event's a large part of why I distanced myself from my father and the rest of my family. I understand. I can't believe my father just killed someone for no good reason. That man he was a really kind person. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I'm the one who distanced myself from him, but I can't bring myself to think badly of him. That's odd, huh? I guess I'm just weird. No, because it's really hard if you grow up with a father who's loving and doting and you think he's the greatest person, then you find out he's a psycho murderer. It's really hard to connect those two because you're like, people who throw people off cliffs are evil, but my dad wouldn't do that. And then you find out your dad is one of those people and you're like, I can't. 2 and 2 is not equaling 4 right now. It's just, it doesn't compute, right? Like, and it's hard. It's hard to think of all those people who think like, my mom or dad's the greatest person ever, and then you find out, okay, my dad's the greatest person ever, and then he's got a whole second family, and you're like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's minor, but like, that's some fucked up shit. And like, this is murder we're talking about. Like, cold-blooded, just threw someone off a cliff, like, peace out, motherfucker, woo, and then just went back to his daily life like nothing happened. Like, what kind of twisted shit? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? And you're a kid, you don't understand that, like, I mean, I don't really understand in this town. In this town, apparently, all the people who murder people have good reason. They're like, well, they think they do. They're like, well, we did it because he was a revenant, right? They think, quote unquote, that they have a good reason. So in their belief system, it's like, no, it was legit. We killed that guy because he was like a zombie. What? And if you're in their head, you're like, well, that sounds like a legit reason for someone who's fucking insane. Sure. So, like, his dad isn't going to feel guilty about it because his dad thinks that, like, no, I totally killed that zombie. And meanwhile, everyone else is like, that's fucking insane, right? That's insane. Oh my God. So it's like, some fucked up shit. So of course, as a kid, you think your dad's great and wonderful, and then you find out he murdered people, and you're like, I just can't, but I still love my dad, but he's also evil, and I don't know what to do. I mean, that's some trauma. Honey, you need therapy, honey. You need to go to a therapist. I can't. Advocate for therapy, honey. Just please go. Please go. Get yourself, because you poor thing. Anyway, I guess I'm just weird. No, honey, that's normal. I understand something now. I don't want to say that it's thanks to my father, but this town is hiding a big secret. Something so huge that even the residents don't know about it. Something that's extremely important. I mean, I kind of agree with that, yeah. And that kind of explains some of the stuff we learned in Toa's route. Sosuke clenches his fist as if he's urging himself on. Hold on. Silently put my hand on his. Oh, that's beautiful. Guys, I probably would have chosen that, and it's the right choice. Because it's like, silently put. And then I looked at the other option, like, tell him to cheer up. No. Hand on his. Because that's cuter. And cheer up. Cheer up. Dude. That's not something you just cheer up from. I'm not sure what to say to him, so I put my hand on his fist. Oh. He jumps in surprise, but then he unclenches his fist without pushing my hand away. His strong, powerful hand. For a moment, my wildly pounding heart slows down. Sosuke, are you okay now? Yeah. I wonder why. We both fall silent and sit in the lobby for a while longer. The next day, I recall our conversation. But I understand something now. I don't want to say that it's thanks to my father, but this town is hiding a big secret. Something so huge that even the residents don't know about it. Something that's extremely important. Sosuke is seeking the truth that's hiding within Okunizato. Oh, look, we're outside in a patio. In order to learn more about his father, whom he loved as a kid. And to learn why his father became a mountain accident victim. It's for Sosuke's sake as well. Plus, I believe that the truth of this town is also connected to wherever my brother went. Or why he got thrown off a cliff and was never found. I don't think he's dead. I think he's alive. Otherwise, they would have been like, how did he die? And that would have been the mystery. Now we're like, where did he go? So he's like hiding somewhere. But on the other hand, I'm filled with an unexplainable sense of dread. Would it really do me any good to learn this town's secret? Probably not, but we're going to do it anyway. Will seeking that answer hurt something or someone? It'd be really funny if it got to the end. The town's big secret. This is where I find the town's big secret. And then we just don't do it. The game just ends and you're like... Like, they totally made a game of, like, secrets, and you're like, okay, there's all these answers, and you never get answers. It's like a cliffhanger, and they're like, we'll do it in another game, too, which we're never gonna make, just to fuck with you. Damn it! Because each route, there's like, wait, so we didn't get any answers? We don't know where our brother... We know nothing? And now we get more and more pieces coming out, and you're like, okay, some of the pieces are fitting together, but now we have more pieces and a bigger puzzle, and, like, what the fuck? Like... We originally had, like, my brother went missing, and now we have all these other little things, and, like, shit, man. It's getting complicated. This went from, like, a kid's puzzle to, like, fucking, like, you know, it's an all-red puzzle. It's all red, and 5,000 pieces, and we gotta figure it out. Like, it's great. I like it. Oh my god, look at his pretty face! Absolutely delicious. English breakfast tea is the best kind of black tea. I don't even know what you just said. I don't even care. No, I'm kidding. He'd be speaking to me and I'd be like, what? Were you talking? I'm just looking at your goddamn face. Sosuke sits across from me, sipping his tea, not knowing how anxious I am. You anxious because you're looking at that gorgeous face. Jesus. Oh, scone. If I were to get my way, some clotted cream would make this perfect. Scone, a type of bakery bread that originated in Scotland. In Britain, it's eaten during tea time. It tastes great with jam or honey, but as Sosuke said, it's a tradition to eat it with clotted cream. That's a standard English breakfast, right? I mean, isn't he drinking English tea? Isn't that what he just said? I read it, but I was too busy, like, fawning, so I don't know. I've never had one before, but it sounds really fancy and exciting. Sosuke puts the book he was reading down on the table and smiles at me. Isn't that kind of funny? That, like this taking place in Japan, they're like, oh, an English breakfast sounds fancy and exciting. And meanwhile, I'm over here like, really? Like, that doesn't sound that like, I'm over here like, what do Japanese people eat for breakfast? Because that sounds fancy and exciting. You know what I mean? It's like different cultures. Like, you're like, ooh, you eat what for breakfast? So weird. And they're over there, you have pancakes for breakfast? And you're like, yeah. Like, what? Like, or like the stuff we eat for breakfast seems like fancy and exciting to like other people. They're like, or weird. You're like, you eat what now? For breakfast? That's strange. Just like all the people are like, I'm having fish for breakfast, or like chicken for breakfast. And you're like, that is weird. It's fucking weird. I mean, like, ham and an omelet is okay. And like, I suppose maybe in an omelet, but there's like something, but you can't just eat like, like chicken and rice. Like, that's not fucking breakfast. That's like lunch or dinner. Like, that's weird. Like, but then there's other people who think like pancakes shouldn't be eaten for breakfast. Look, pancakes can be eaten for every meal, okay? Pancakes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Fucking pancakes. It's all about the pancakes. Now I want fucking pancakes. Someone come make me pancakes, okay? Like, ones with no calories. Like fat-free, low-fat, diet pancakes that'll like suck all the fat out. Shit, if that existed. Anyway. Sosuke puts the book he was reading down on the table and smiles at me. I could just stare at you reading all day. Let's have a quiet day, Sosuke, where we read. I mean, and by we read, I mean you read and I just stare at you. He's like, you haven't gotten far in that book. What? Yeah, no, I have no idea. I'm just turning pages. Just, like, not even reading. You're like, I don't even remember what's in my book. I'm just staring at those eyes. I'm literally just staring. between him and Toa, I can't decide. I love them both because they're both goddamn beautiful. Like, and like, he's like the kind of stuffy book nerdy, like, whatever, I'm a little standoffish and cold. He's the slightly cold one. He's not an asshole. He's just cold, distant, robot. We had this conversation right in the last part. He's a robot. I love me my robots. And then Toa's like fucking bizarre, like weird, awkward cat dude. And I'm like, just not necessarily because he's a cat dude. He's just weird and awkward. Weird and awkward. I love me my weird, awkward, and my robots. / glasses assholes. Like, either way. He's a glasses robot. It works. It's the same thing. It's the same vein. It's in the same little bubble. Glasses asshole / robot, glasses robot. You know what I'm saying? They're in the same, like, bubble in the Venn diagram over here. Like, I just... Oh, why is he so pretty? We came to the Minakami Cafe near Otanashi Pond so that we could talk without having to worry about anyone seeing us. Why? We didn't want anyone to see us. It's not like it's Toa where we have to hide his identity, and it seems weird when we're hanging out with Otto and then we're hanging out with Toa and they're like, wow, you're a whore, and because nobody could figure out they're the same person. Legitimately, we never saw Otto, so it's not like we could have gone, oh, same person. But anyone else sees him and they can't figure it out? Dumb. That's all I'm saying. We chose seats out on the deserted terrace, but we haven't talked much at all yet. Again, who cares? He's pretty to look at. You don't get out to eat with your college friends? You should be able to find restaurants in Tokyo that serve truly authentic scones. Authentic scones, huh? No, I don't go out to eat that often. I don't have many chances to, actually. What a waste. I know a great restaurant in Tokyo. Want to go with me when we get back there? Oh my god, he's asking us on a date, guys. I almost fell off my bouncy ball. I literally was like, I quietly gasped. It was all I could do not to be like, But there you go. Really? I'd love to. Me too. You're not really talking to me, though, because you're not real. Suddenly, all I'm thinking about is food. Really, all I'm thinking about is him. Jesus, this girl's stupid. All I'm thinking about is food. You have a gorgeous man in front of you. Think about him. Fuck food. Forget the food. I just want you. We came here today to discuss something much more serious, but the atmosphere isn't heavy at all. The mood is quite carefree. Our conversation is so upbeat, it makes what we talked about yesterday feel like a dream. I glanced at the cover of the book he's reading. It's titled... Pastiche? Pastiche? What is that? Pastiche? I don't know if that's right. Pastiche? Let me read... Wait. Pastiche. I'm trying to read it as American as possible with no accent. Like... Paulo? No, it's Pollo. Jesus, learn how to say it. Like, you know what I mean, white people. I'm trying to read it like a white person. Where do we come from? Oh, where do we come from? Where are we going? This is a powerful work of art that seeks answers to the world's greatest mysteries. It's Fujinamo's maiden work and was only just released last month. Sosuke is just as much of a bookworm as Yuki. I didn't know Yuki was a book. Oh, well, yeah, okay, yeah, because he's like, yeah, okay. Sosuke tells me that it has some fantasy elements, but overall it's a powerful work about life and death. I wonder if he's so interested in the concept of life because maybe the memories of his past made him that way, I think to myself. After that, we talk about my work at the Furinkan Hotel. I tell him about how I discovered that the clock in the hallway of the second floor is stopped. Wow, he must be fucking riveted. There's an antique clock in the lobby as well. Looks like it would require special tools to repair it. Yeah, but Hino said he was good with analog clocks, so he took it apart and did his best. And he managed to get it working again, although the bell that used to chime every hour still doesn't work. Well, the clock on the second floor was rather jarring, to be honest. I'm okay not having it chime every single hour, even during the night. It's a more relaxing environment when it's silent. Could you imagine being in a hotel and you're like falling asleep? Ding! Oh my god! And you fall asleep. Oh my god! Like, if it's something you're used to because it's in your own house, you get used to that and you just tune it out. But like, when you're in a strange place, fucking A. No, it's a more relaxing environment when it's silent, which means Kagasuchi did a perfect job. I guess it did chime pretty loudly. Speaking of clocks, every calculation of time throughout the world is calibrated to a clock located in a place called Greenwich in England. Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting? That's why all of our time zones go off of, it's like plus or minus, and it's got the Greenwich time or whatever, and you're always like, I don't know what that means! I don't know how many hours I'm off of that. So you're like, where's the Eastern Standard Time? Eastern Daylight Standard. Fuck that shit. I don't know. Eastern Time. I don't give a shit. Thank God for computers. Could you imagine if we had to figure that shit out, man? Now, fuck that shit. That's what my computer's for. You're like, oh my God. Wait, what time is it? Okay, my computer automatically, so now I know when it's daylight savings time. Fucking daylight savings time. It's stupid. It's the stupidest shit ever. It's already dark in the evening at 4 o'clock. We don't need to make it dark at 3 for farmers who aren't You know what? We have things called alarm clocks and get up an hour earlier, motherfucker. I mean, that's really what it was for, right? So, like, you get up when the sun goes up, and it's like, hello? That's what your roosters are for, and now you have an alarm on your clock that you can set an hour fucking earlier so the rest of us don't have to be sitting here going, it's 4 o'clock, and it looks like it's midnight out. What the fuck? Especially when you live in the north. You know how much that sucks? It's already way too dark, way too early, and then it's snowing, and then it's even darker because you fucking moved the clocks ahead. Ugh. We'll fall back. Right? Fall back an hour. Yeah. Which sucks, and you're like, oh my God. It's 4 o'clock and it's pitch black out, and it's snowing. I'm gonna die. Ugh. Forever angry about that. Stupid daylight savings time bullshit. I'm not sure which one's daylight savings times and which one's standard. I don't know, but whatever. We need to stop it. That's all I'm saying. Stop this falling back shit. Hate it. Sucks. Isn't that interesting? Even now, the clock in Times Square in New York City and the clock in this pondside cafe out here in the countryside tell time based on that one clock. Unless you're an asshole and you just set your clock ahead a couple extra minutes. Some people say that time is humanity's greatest invention, but I don't think it is. Humanity put shackles on the realm of possibility. The instant we came up with this concept of time is the instant we denied the existence of eternity. Denied the existence of eternity? Time doesn't flow from the past to the future. This is because the present, past, and future all exist at the same time and all happen at the same time. We'd be here for a week if Sosuke tried to explain it, which would make anyone painfully aware of the concept of time. Cute. Sosuke, you can complain. You know what? Come to my house and explain this to me. Please take a week and explain this to me. I'll die happy. Literally, because I'll probably die after a week. I'll be like, oh my God. My brain will explode. Denied the existence of eternity. What flits through my mind is Sosuke's father and my brother. No, I can't think about that. I still don't know what happened. The emerald brilliance rustles in the wind and scatters the light, quietly moving the shadows at my feet. What? Am I boring you? Huh? Oh, no, I was just thinking. I see. Sosuke is acting the same as always. He's as unsociable as ever, but his expression never darkens, and we continue talking about trivial things. However, I can't help but wonder about what he said yesterday, about what he saw his father do when he was a kid. And yet it makes me even more worried that he's acting like nothing's happened. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked you out here. Since we came, I've started doubting whether it's something I should even talk about. Huh? Talk about what? A lot of things. Ever since I told you about all that yesterday, all that must mean the stuff about his father. But sitting under the clear blue sky, drinking tea with you, part of me wants to just forget all that dreary talk. Oh, it's like, I don't want to talk about dreary things. It's so romantic out here. Oh, Sosuke. Sosuke, I'm sure you're exhausted. He just shrugs his shoulders. Oh my God. I wonder. I've never thought about something like that. But if this is what it feels like to be fatigued, then I just might be. Gosh, you could just tell me that you're tired. You won't be able to understand your patient's feelings if you act like that, you know. A doctor can suggest possibilities to his patients, but he can't know whether or not they're 100% correct or not. When it comes down to it, a person's own judgment is everything. Although there's no end to patients who think doctors are gods or close to it. In addition, well, this is just my opinion, but... There's no point in being self-indulgent and complaining about being tired. Whining won't solve anything. He says, taking a sip of his tea. He's really not honest with himself at all. I think, but part of me is used to it by now. So, about what I started to tell you yesterday. You mean about the Violacias? Right. Actually, the day after I followed my father, I went into the mountains one more time. I'd received quite a shock, but I wanted to know the truth. You went all by yourself? Of course. It's not like I could tell anyone about it. For a kid like me, it was a huge adventure to go into the mountains alone, so I decided to make sure I was fully prepared for it. I had candy as emergency rations. That's fucking adorable. I'm a 12 year I took candy. I just figure Sosuke being a little bit more practical, even as a child. And he's like, I took candy. I had gumdrops in case any emergency happened. Like, if I got hurt, I had antiseptic and band aids. I believe I also had my compass from school. So then I wonder if it was him that met her, but why would she call him Mister? Like, he was only like 6 years older than her max. You know what I'm saying? If you think she's like 18, right? Because she's in college. So she's 18, say, youngest. So if she was like 12 years ago, he's 6 years older than her. You wouldn't be calling someone older than you Mister. Hey, Mister! You'd be like, kid. Mister is reserved for somebody like teenager or up, not a 12-year-old. Even when you're 6. That's just weird. But it sounds like it was him that found him, which is what I thought originally. But then it's like, she's calling him Mister. And also, why would he carry her on his shoulder? He's 12. How? Kind of strong ass 12-year-old were you? You can carry a 6-year-old on your shoulder. Like, Jesus. I don't know. So weird, right? Anyway, I stuffed everything I could think into my backpack and followed the mountain path that my father and his friends disappeared on. A mountain path leading from that forbidden area. Shimeno? Yeah. Shimenoa? Is that what we said it was? Yeah. There were Shimenoa blocking the path back then, too. I checked to make sure no one was around, slipped under the Shimenoa, and started down it. Shimenoa. I climbed up the trail and walked further and further away from the forbidden area. The path suddenly stopped part way, but as I continued on, the path showed up again. Huh? The path appeared again? So the trail continues past that. What's the matter? Oh, it's nothing. Maybe I shouldn't have turned back. Did you sense anyone's presence around there? Like someone was watching you? No, I don't think so. I was focused on walking, so... Why do you ask? I got that feeling when I was there earlier. Well, the people in black do tend to wander around that area. May I continue? Oh, sure. After that, I walked for a while. I started wondering whether I should turn back. As I stood there, I noticed something strange. There was a small crack in the rock face. Had I kept walking, I would have missed it. It was truly a coincidence. I reached my hand out toward it. Being a kid, I easily fit through that thin gap, so I cautiously worked my way through it until... Suddenly it opened up. I exited out the other side of the rock wall and stared like a fish gasping for air. I couldn't believe what I saw. I can't forget it either. It was like something out of a dream. A field of bright purple flowers spread out before me. Were they violaceas? I don't know. I think they resembled the violaceas I'd heard about in legends, but I was a kid at the time. Flowers in that valley were truly beautiful. I stared at them for so long that I lost track of time. That's when you pick one, smush it in a book, take it back, and then you're like, oh wait, I still have it! Here you go, proof, bitch! Who knows how much time passed, but the next thing I knew, there was a man I didn't know standing a little ways away, and just like me, he was staring at the flowers. He had a strange, ominous aura about him. I can't describe it very well, but it was like he drained all the color around him. To sum it up in a phrase, he was like the picture of death. The picture of death? Like, Jesus Christ, Sosuke! You think he's going to be a little more rational. He's like, it was death. And then there's life after death. You're like, well, you are a little, like... He's like, look, let's get out the Ouija board and try some shit. Not what I expected from you, Dr. Book Nerd. Wow. Right? He just keeps throwing curveballs. Then the man turned toward me. I made eye contact, and it felt like all the blood drained out of my body. It was like I was being consumed. It's more like it was erasing my existence, commanding me to yield. Dude, this is some fucked up, scary shit, right? And you're like, but from Sosuke, you don't expect it. You expect to tell him a story, and he's be like, what, that's bullshit. Instead, he's like, no, man, that's some bad juju. We gotta get some incense, and, like, we gotta get an exorcist up in here. Like, fucking weird. I've never been more terrified in my life. You could say that I felt death in that moment. I felt, yeah, I said that right. When I came to my senses, I ran away. I sprinted as fast as I could and never looked back. I wanted to get away from him. I didn't think I could be saved. I thought I was already dead. And yet I kept running. Then well, I'm sitting here alive right now, so it goes without saying that I didn't die. Like, you're like, what happened? Did you die? Wait. Are you a revenant? That would be some fucked up shit. I somehow made it back to town, but I didn't tell anyone about the flowers or that strange man. I thought that if I did, he would come get me. Or they'd throw you off a cliff. Sometimes I wonder if it was all just a dream or some kind of illusion. But as a kid, I trembled as I lay in my bed every night. That's how convinced that I was that man was not of this world. A man who reeked of death, huh? Did he have a cat mask on? And he's like, why do you ask? I don't know. I'm just, for some reason, it seems strange. And I'm just wondering if he had a cat mask on because, Did he? He did. How did you know? Weird. I don't know. I feel like I've seen this before. I'm wondering if it's the cat mask guy. But then who is cat mask guy? He's just some random person that we've never met. Because that isn't as fun as, oh my god, it really was Yasu the whole time. Yasu couldn't plan anything to save his fucking life, okay? So if he was the mastermind criminal and he was like, actually, I mean, obviously he can't be because he's shown up way too many places after the cat guy and it'd be way too hard for him to Scooby-Doo out of that, right? But like, if it was, it would be fucking brilliant because he'd be like, oh my god, I just fooled you. I'm not I'm not that stupid. And you'd be like, wow, bravo. You deserve an Oscar for that performance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thinking about it now, the impression that man left somehow reminds me of your brother. What? No, I know it's ridiculous to say that they're similar only after hearing a description of his appearance, but when you spoke of your brother, for some reason I was reminded of that man. The instant I remembered it, I got goosebumps. Now that I think of it, at the time he did say he was cold. Of course, it's just a memory from my childhood, which may not be all that reliable, but... Are you trying to say that it was my brother? That he came to Okinazato 12 years ago? We did come to Okinazato 12 years ago. We know that for a fact. But he said I saw a man. But how old was this man that you saw when you were 12? Because that was 12 years ago. So, how much older than us was our brother? You know what I'm saying? Because if he saw, I mean, granted, you're a 12-year-old, okay, I was just a kid, I saw somebody, that was like 16 or 17, I saw some man there. But wouldn't you have been able to recognize that this person you saw was like a teenager? But okay, even if not. So, what if he was, 18? So our brother is 12 years older than us? She never kind of explains, like, how much older her brother is, right? Like... It's weird. Or it could have been a relative. Like, we came here to stay with our aunt and uncle, right? But we don't even remember that. Because we learned that in Toa's path. Like, she's staying with her aunt and uncle. Because she said that to him. But she doesn't remember her aunt and uncle. And she doesn't remember that they lived here. Or even they were just vacationing. They lived here at some point. But she has no clue about that? Like, what happened to them? I mean, I know her memories are gone, right? For some weird, fucked up reason. But, like, and that could be why. Then your brother disappeared. He never said anything about coming here. He came here to figure, maybe his memories were missing too. But, holy shit. That's some crazy shit, right? Because, like, you think there could be a family resemblance, right? I saw it and that reminded me of your brother when you described your brother. But your brother could look just like your uncle. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's your dad's brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe there's family resemblance. That's all I'm saying. But that's fucking weird. Or our brother is literally, like, 10 to 12 years older than us. Which I don't feel like is the case, but I don't know. Based on, like, because there's like a character card for him in the case. I'm assuming it's her brother because he's got purple eyes, and we haven't met this person yet, so I'm assuming it's her brother, right? It's someone, but he doesn't look that much older than her. Like, he doesn't look like he'd be like, what, she's 18. Like 30. He doesn't look 30. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Anyway. No, that's impossible. 12 years ago, your brother would have been in high school, right? See, there you go. Okay. The man I saw was clearly an adult. It's impossible to judge based on physical appearance, and, well, it's possible I'm not remembering correctly, but it's just, since we don't have much to go on, that vague memory might lead us to something. That's why I'm telling you all this. A man similar to your brother, who was in the forbidden area my father entered. They may seem unconnected, but perhaps if we change our perspective, well, it's just a thought. I'll go with you if you want to try going into the mountains again. I knew you'd say that, but it's not that simple. No, I thought I saw some familiar faces. I'm just gonna guess Yasu. Nope, it's Isora. Oh. Ah, I thought I saw some familiar faces. We came here to be away from you. Oh, Isora, I think you're pretty. Don't get me wrong. You're still pretty, and I still forgive you for locking me in the basement, but I'm sorry. I'm just... My heart belongs to Toa and Sosuke. This is where it's going. So pats Isora on the head like, it's okay. You're cute and all. You can be like a side piece, but you're not going to be our main dinner. You're just like a side dish. Okay. The main entree over here, like, it's Sosuke and Toa. Like, because I can't decide, so like, whatever. Like, relaxing and drinking tea together, are we? What exactly is your relationship again? Isora, we're just talking, that's all. Isora walks over to us on the terrace, carrying a giant paper bag. Amari, no matter what I say, you won't believe me, will you? Sosuke says, calmly looking up at Isora. That's mean, Sosuke. If you say stuff like that, my imagination might really run wild. I had some time, so I invited her to breakfast. Give me a break. Well, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but even if I overlook you being here alone with her, if you put her in danger, I won't ever forgive you, got it? And just what does that mean? I figured you hadn't heard. Another dead body was discovered in the mountains. What? And this time, there's clearly a culprit. Yasu's running around again like a chicken with his head cut off. So, who is the victim? No clue! I only just heard about it from a farmer myself. A farmer? Do you do farm work too, Isora? No, I don't do it myself. Some of the older folks in town grow the vegetables I use at the cafe. When I look inside the bag, I see a pile of fresh fruits and vegetables. Most of the ingredients used at the Furin Cafe are harvested from fields owned by the Murakumo family. Though it's not the ingredients' fault, I just don't really like him. It's like he runs everything. Isora looks plainly unhappy. The he Isora is referring to must be the owner of the hotel. Amari, getting back to what you said earlier, do you have any more information on the incident? All I know is that it wasn't an accident, which is a little scary. So I'm counting on you to make sure she's safe, got it? If I think you're not up to the task, I'll steal her away from you. No, you won't. We're in his path. Back off. Look, Isora. I let you lock me in a basement somewhere and I forgave you for that because I was like, well, you really are trying to protect us even though it's crazy. But you don't get to do that in Sosuke's path. He's the one that's going to lock me someplace weird, okay? Looks at Sosuke. Please don't lock me someplace weird. Please don't do that to me. Don't make me lump you with crazy over here, okay? Because, like, you want to stay on my side. You want to stay on my main dish with Toa, okay? You want to stay on my good side. Don't wind up being a side piece, is all I'm saying. Spacey is not drinking, I swear to God, but you think I should drink when I play these games because it would just be even weirder. I don't know if you're misconstruing something or what, but I won't cause you any trouble, Amari. There's no need to worry about that. Misconstruing something? No, you're secretly in love with secret lovers. That's what we are right now, so secret that you don't even know that you're my lover, but you will be. I'll make it so. Really? Well, whatever. I gotta get back to work. See ya! Yeah, work hard. Isora adjusts his grip on the bag and leaves. The mountains again, huh? What in the world is going on out there? Did my father get wrapped up in something, or was he the one getting others involved? In any event, it seems all the accidents in the mountains are connected in some way, including this recent one. This is the third person since I've come here. Another victim has surfaced after Sosuke's father. And maybe my brother. I don't want to think about it, but I want to know what what my father was doing back then. Now that I'm older, I feel like I can face the truth, even if it turns out to be harsh. Yes, I must face it. Having returned to this town would be proven futile otherwise. I left this town once, but that wasn't just because I wanted to get away. Even as a kid, I was determined not to become like my father. Maybe that's why I desperately wanted to become a doctor. Someone who saves lives. Aww. That was my atonement. But that by itself is meaningless. I need to face my father and what he did. It's hard to face your father because he's dead, because he fell off a mountain. Sosuke, I should have come back and confronted him when he was alive, like you said. Oh, now guilt trip. Oh, the guilt. Sorry, I'll be quiet for a while. The usually dependable Sosuke is now silent and hanging his head. Rub his arm. It's okay, Sosuke. There, baby. Okay. I notice that his hands are shaking as they rest on the table. They look so frail, so adorable. He's so traumatized. He's our little traumatized kitten. I stretch out my arm and try to put my hand on his. As if in reply, he wraps his fingers around my hand and squeezes it. Oh, so sweet. Right now, he's struggling with all his regrets. If he wants me to stay with him, I'll gladly do so. I'll be there for him. I quietly wish under the clear blue sky that we both find what we're looking for. You're really going all by yourself? The next morning, as I'm sweeping the garden, Sosuke walks out the front door with a backpack slung over his shoulder. Yeah, I really think I should go further into the forbidden area. I want to find that place from my childhood memories. Then I'll go with... No. I heard the body was discovered around there. I'm going alone. But it's not safe. Would I slow you down if I came with you? You understand, don't you? I can't bring you someplace when I don't know what'll happen there. Oh, that's adorable. You're trying to protect us. Listen, bitch, I don't need a man to protect. I probably do in this case because I'm not good at hiking and I'll probably fall off a cliff. And also, that's me, Spacey, real Spacey, but like game Spacey's a little derpy and she'll probably literally fall off a cliff just because, she's more out of shape than I am. We're about tied, is all I'm saying. So neither one of us should be going into the mountains and you will need to protect us. So it's okay. I'm not going to be mad at you for that because you're right. We absolutely cannot manage this on our own. Plus, you have something you need to do, don't you? Focus on that. I'll be back shortly. You better come back. You know what? You shouldn't say that. You can't say you'll be back in a horror movie. You'll never come back. Thank God this is a horror game. It's not really a horror game, but it's like a mystery game. But like, I don't really know what the rules are for mystery games. If you say you're going to be back, does that mean like, yeah, in a body bag? Don't say that. I'm just saying, don't say that. But I'm worried about you. I appreciate it, but it's not like I'm going empty-handed. I got my supplies with me. Yeah, do you have a gun? Because you're going to need it for Cat Mask. Relax. If I find out anything about your brother, I'll be sure to tell you. It doesn't seem like he's going to listen to me no matter what I say. Well, I'm going. I don't want the Supernatural Club members to know. If they ask about me, make something up. Okay. I haven't seen him. Hey, where's Sosuke? No clue. He doesn't return for 2 days, and we're like the only person who knows that he went into the mountains, and we're like, he told me not to tell anybody, but I'm assuming he's dead now, so... I'd be like, look, if you're not back by nightfall, I'm telling people. Okay, I'm warning you. You have till dinner. If you're not back by dinner time, I'm going to worry, and then I'm probably going to tell people that you're dead. He's dead. Well, he's obviously dead. Because he went into the mountains, he's dead. Finally, he raises his hand to gesture goodbye without turning around, and his figure gets smaller and smaller in the distance. I let him go, but I regret it as soon as I'm alone. I thought that he'd begin to trust me. I won't be able to stay in Okinazato for very long. If I let this chance pass me by, it'll all end without me learning anything, which scares me. Can I just be totally dead honest? Like, I look at the building in the background and I'm like, I still want to build that in The Sims. Fucked up is that? But also, we really need to be able to make really cool roof things like that in The Sims. Like, we need, can you see, hold on. Like, all of this stuff, like all the trim along the side and the top of the roofs and everything, we need all this. Or, like, all this fun stuff. Like, all this decor stuff, we need this shit. We need all of this. Like, this. Like, you can make a curvy roof, but you can't do the fun little things like that. We need that shit. We need to be able to do shit like that. It'd be so amazing. Could you imagine if you could build with stuff like that? Like, oh my God. Lord, man. I'm sure all the people who build in The Sims would appreciate all of that. And spiral staircases and shit. I'm like, oh, anyway. You just really want to build that, but it'll never look that good. It'll look lame because lame sauce because you don't get all the fun, like all the artwork, the artsy workness in the architecture. I can't help but be restless, but just waiting here without doing anything is just too. I want to help Sosuke. I have to follow him. Bitch, we're working. I throw the broom into the storage room and rush into the hotel. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Sheesh, why are you looking so pale? Sorry, you, can we switch shifts? Huh? Well, wait, what's going on all of a sudden? What, you in the afternoon? No, you'll never be back in time. I have to hurry. What? Okay, we can switch. I leave her standing there and go to my room to get my things. By the time you change and get to him, he's going to be gone or back at the hotel. I walk along the same mountain path I followed the other day. It's the middle of summer without a cloud in the sky, but the thick trees cast shadows all around me. I'm cautious, just in case, but there aren't any people dressed in black by the entrance to the forbidden area, so I'm able to enter it with ease. Today I brought drinks and some snacks with me, since I'm expecting to go much further than I did the other day. I have no guarantee that I'll be able to catch up with Sosuke, but I'm sure he's just a little ways ahead of me. No, he had a good-ass head start. Then I finally reached the place where the path ends. Last time I turned back here, but Sosuke said the path picks up again further on. I wanted to catch up with Sosuke by the time I got here, if possible, but he is the head of a hiking club. A novice like me won't easily catch up to him. The trees grow densely around here. I'm concerned about whether the path really continues up ahead. What'll I do if I get lost? Die? You're probably gonna die. Just saying. I'm prepared to go on without a path. I take some twine out of my bag and tie the end of it around the nearest tree. That's actually fucking smart. Unless someone cuts it like a crazy person. But you know what I mean? Like, I got snacks and drinks and I brought twine in case I need to Hansel and Gretel my fucking way out. Because we all know throwing bread is stupid because the birds are going to eat it and like, whatever. I'm like, I'm going to twine that shit. Like, that's smart. I would never have thought of that. See, this is why this Spacey right here, this real one, doesn't go in the woods. We also don't go swimming in the ocean because sharks and things that'll touch. And like, you don't know what's swimming in there with you. I'm not even concerned that a shark's going to eat me. I'm really not worried about that. I'm more concerned about the fact, or like a lake. Ew, I can't see the bottom. I don't know what's in there with me. There could be a lake monster, for fuck's sake. You don't know. Do you know? Like, you don't know what's in there. Be like alligators and shit. Man, I grew up in the South. There's fucking alligators. I grew up in Florida. You had to check your pool. You're like, wait, no alligators in the pool. Okay, it's safe. Because there could have been. Just saying. We don't go swimming in strange water, okay? Also don't go in public pools also. Like, no. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. If I continue on while pulling the string behind me, then if I happen to get lost, I can follow the thread back the way I came. That is really fucking smart. You know, she got a stronger rope, though, just in case you fall and you hold on to it, and then you can climb up it, because the twine's not going to snap if you fall off a cliff. But, I mean, points for, you know, figuring at least that out, because I'd have just fallen off a cliff and died. No one would ever know where I went. It's extremely primitive, but I figured it was better than getting lost. So I borrowed some thread from the hotel staff room. But I don't know how long it is. I wonder if there'll be enough. It's not a very reliable partner, but it's better than nothing. As I unravel the thread, I walk through the quiet grove of trees. The chirping of birds echoes through the forest, but the atmosphere isn't tranquil in the least. The leaves of the huge trees block out the sky like a ceiling, and weeds grow thickly beneath my feet. The ground is slightly muddy. No matter which way I turn, the exact same scene greets me, so I can't tell. Oh my god, why is it getting blurry? So I can't tell if I'm going straight. Oh god. Ugh. A thin fog forms, blocking my vision further. Oh god, please stop doing that. Oh, stop doing it! I feel like the thread in my hand is my key to returning to the real world. I'm not scared. I feel like I've walked quite a long way, but there's no sign of the path picking back up again like Sosuke said. Maybe it's a little further? As I say that, I run out of string. There wasn't enough. Now what? I'm not sure what to do, but when I imagine the same scenery continues beyond here, I know there's only one answer. Turn around. It's too bad, but if I keep going, I can't continue on blindly. I do an about face and head back, rolling up the string as I go. As I rewind the taunt thread, I return the way I came through the brush. I feel disappointed since I came so far, but I focus on making it back safely to the place where I first tied the string. I'm almost there, but just as I'm starting to feel relieved, the taunt thread suddenly loses its tension. Oh God! Huh? Did it get cut somewhere along the way? I can no longer reel it in, so I quickly look for it on the ground. But it can't be. The string's been cut. Oh God! And the oh my God! Like I jumped. I literally was like, the string, and then I thought it might have come untied from the tree, but there aren't any large trees around that could have gotten caught on. What's going on? A chill runs down my spine. I can't panic. Even if it was cut, the end of it should still be nearby. I've made it pretty far back, so the path is just ahead. It's a little hard to see because of the fog. First, I need to look for the string. Calm down. Calm down. Yosuke will find us, don't worry. I tell myself as I look for the string. 4 hours later, after 5 minutes, and 10 minutes, I can't find the string that should be just ahead. I panic. I trip on a tree root and fall. Thankfully, I'm not hurt, but my composure has vanished, just like the string. I flop my butt down onto the ground. My head is swirling with various thoughts. I'm scared now. It's strange. If it was just cut, it shouldn't be this hard to find. Did someone do it on purpose? Did they deliberately cut the string and hide it? Yes. Now what? This can't be. I try to tell myself that it's not possible. Just then I notice something. Someone's there. I must be mistaken. A mysterious terror envelops me like fog, and I feel like I could be attacked at any time. My body freezes in terror. It's probably Sosuke. I try to drive that thought out of my head. But the more I do, the more the terror continues to descend on me. All at once, the fact that 3 people have died in this town hits me like a ton of bricks. I was naive. Entirely too naive, right? You're stupid. What do I do? My heart won't stop hammering in my chest. My whole body's drenched in a terrible sweat. I might be going into hysterics. Fear grips my entire body, threatening to crush me. I'm so sorry, Sosuke. I'm already... Hey. Someone grips my shoulders tightly. Eek! Let go! I cover my ears with both hands and squeeze my eyes shut to protect myself from reality. You know it's Sosuke, right? I'm shaking like a leaf. Someone forces my hands away from my ears. Calm down. Huh? Hey, are you alright? Do you know who I am? Sosuke? My stiff hands fall limply. It's Sosuke. Why is he here? Thank goodness. I told you not to follow me. You're completely hopeless. Yeah, I know. All right, we did something. I was worried about you, and then I got, and now I know. Okay, I know. This was the stupidest thing I've done. Okay, the second stupid. No, it's probably stupider than the first time I came in here, because at least then I turned around. This is dumber. I got lost. I thought I was gonna die. Jeez, what about your cell phone? His words bring me back to my senses. I forgot to put my cell phone in my bag. Oh, well, that's just fucking stupid. That's even... Okay, this is the third dumbest thing I've ever done. Because the first was not putting my cell phone in my bag. At least you'd be like, well, no signal, but... I don't use it much in Okinazato, so I forgot to bring it. I look up embarrassed, and I hear him sigh deeply. Dude. If you're going into the mountains, at least bring a compass. Not that reminding you of that would help you at all. Come on, can you stand? He helps me up. So, why did you follow me? I'm so sorry. I was worried about you. Plus, it was mean of you to leave me behind when it counted most. Mean, huh? But if you tell me to go back to the hotel, I'll leave right now. You can't go back by yourself. Okay, from now on, you're going to listen to what I say. If you can promise me that, we'll head in together. What do you say? I promise. So, how did you get this far? And why were you trying to traverse through a mountain forest without a compass or anything to guide you? I tied a piece of twine at the entrance and unraveled it as I went so I wouldn't get lost, but it got cut on my way back, and it didn't feel like it snapped on a tree. It didn't come untied? No, I don't think so. That's not good. But I came here prepared for anything. And so did you, right? I nod. Okay, if you've calmed down, then let's go. Don't leave my side. He holds my hand tightly. Oh, see, this is why we came, and then we freaked out, because now you'll hold our hand. Spacey gets away. You know, We just had to risk dying and being stabbed by some cat dude. Sheesh. This was going to happen. I should have brought you from the start. Having nothing to say in reply, I hang my head. Sorry. Not again. Not in front of my very eyes. His words make me realize something. Sosuke was just painfully parted from someone precious to him, his father. And yet, I was only thinking of myself. Sosuke was only acting brave because he didn't want me to worry about him. He must be in so much pain. I took advantage of him as he was trying to hide it. I haven't come to understand him at all. I'm embarrassed by how selfish I acted. My heart aches. I'm really, really sorry. I try to apologize to him for not considering his feelings, but when I open my mouth, no words come out. He takes a step towards me. I can feel his warmth as the soft fragrance of the sun tickles my nose. Oh! Sosuke cautiously and courteously wraps his arms around me as if he's holding something that might shatter. That's so beautiful. My heart's trembling. He squeezes me, pulling my body up against his chest. I'm glad you're okay. Sosuke, I quietly wrap my arms around his wide back, hugging him in return. I want him to understand how sorry I am for coming here on my own and making him worry. Right? Hug him tighter, then he'll know. I'll never let you go. I press my ear against his chest like a helpless child. I can't tell if the drum-like heartbeat belongs to me or Sosuke, but it feels good. When I snuggle my cheek against him, he gently strokes my back. This is like so fucking romantic. We're gonna die in the woods together, but it's okay. It feels so good and makes me so happy that I pleadingly bring my face closer to his. Then I hear a chuckle. Jeez, you really are hopeless. If I'd known that was going to be like the last thing before I should have stopped there. But we're going to end this part here. Just imagine that CG in your head. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. For you guys, I'll do this. Hold on. For all of us. Ready? Hold on. Rewind. Yes. There you go. Now we can just stare at that as we end the part. Okay, anyway. I'm going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.